How's everybody doing? It's another beautiful morning here in the park. Uh, I am prepared for rain because you never know this time of year. Even though it's nice and dry now, it could start raining any minute. So today, um, I was actually I actually planned what I'm going to talk about today, and we are going to talk about being your true self in life and business. So, very often when I start working with someone, well, not very often, but every so often, when I start working with someone or someone is inquiring about my academy, it hasn't happened for a while, but someone would ask, or they would, do you have a special system that's going to work for my business, or whatever coach said that this is going to help me to make £10,000 a month, right? So then what I say to them is, I have a special system that works for my business. What you and I are going to create is going to be specifically tailored for your business, because your business is unique just like you. So, and that brings me back to something I often talk about, and that is the system. The system has programmed us to always look at others, what others do, follow somebody and do what they're doing. Was it yesterday? I think I wrote a post about competitiveness versus creativity. So you need to understand is that when you start running a business because someone else told you to, or because someone else told you to do what they're doing, it doesn't mean you're going to succeed. Actually, you might even fail because you're copying someone else's methods into your business. Your business is a reflection of you. Okay, your business is an extension of you. And just because whatever someone else is doing works for them, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Okay. And also, by following someone else and doing what someone else thinks is best, you are giving your power away. One of my friends had told me this millions of times, and she's absolutely right. You are giving your power away. Instead of focusing on what other people are doing, focus on what you want to do. Okay. So when you start a business, it feels overwhelming. A lot of ideas are going into your head. That is because you are about to unleash your creativity that's been suppressed by the 9-to-5 life. And, just allow the overwhelming feeling to take over your body. Experience the overwhelming feelings. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm expressing myself correctly. Don't suppress your emotions. And just ask yourself, what do I want to do? How do I want to reach out my target audience? Who is my target audience? What am I going to do to help them? And so on and so on. And you can do this not only in your business, you can practice this exercise in everyday life. If I remember when I was younger, I was too afraid to say no to people. Even if I didn't want to go out, I did, because I was just too afraid to say no to people. And I often followed someone else's path. Terms and conditions comes to mind for some reason. And it took me a long time to realize that the only thing that matters in my life is what I want to do, and to do what makes me happy. But of course, that comes with life experience. Also, when I was younger, we didn't have social media, so we weren't influenced by social media. And that leads me to something else that I've said before. The best business strategy is authenticity. I think I said this to a friend of mine yesterday. If you're trying to be someone else, believe it or not, your clients will pick this up because you're not being your true self. What you're doing, it's not going to come from your heart. You're going to build a business based on lack rather than abundance. Oh, the stairs. Oh, that's my cardio for the day. And I mean, if you want, so when I started my first business years ago, I wasn't familiar with social media as much as I am now. And I didn't know what I was doing. And somehow I still managed to run a successful business. And it was because I was true to myself. And if you want to get inspiration of other creators, that's fine. But don't forget, people will come and buy from you, not only because of what you're selling, but because of who you are. People will come to buy from you because they feel aligned with your energy. So what I teach at the academy is attracting your ideal clients, not chasing, attracting. One of the many benefits of running your own business is to choose who to work with. And at the end of the day, if you can't be in control of what is happening in your business, I might just go and get another job. Hi Narishka, how are you? So next time you want to make a decision about something in your business or your life, ask yourself, is this decision aligning with me, or is it aligning with someone else? Because like I said earlier, when you do something that someone else is telling you to do, you give your power away, and you're feeding this person's energy instead of giving all your power to yourself. Focus on you and you will grow. That's simple. And I don't do marketing research as often as I used to, but so I don't know if the Oh, that's very nice of you to say. Thank you, darling. So can't remember if I had this conversation with someone recently. So a lot of business coaches will try and convince you, and I've raised awareness about this in the past. A lot of business coaches will try and convince you that what they're trying to sell you, their unique system, it's going to make you £10,000 a month or something like that. First of all, when you start a business, there are so many lessons that you need to learn before you start making £10,000 a month, okay? There's limiting beliefs that you have to overcome. There's obstacles that you have to overcome. You need to embrace the power of self, and so on and so on. From following my research, I would say, I don't want to give percentage, but a good number of coaches out there are very good, very skilled at sales and marketing. Don't get me wrong, these are very important skills when you have a business, but are you selling from your heart, or are you selling from your ego? Is what you need to ask yourself. So before someone, if you want to work with a business coach who is charging you a fortune, ask them, what guarantees do you give? Can I implement my own processes and my own authenticity into your unique system and go from there? Because Yes, we all do need a bit of help from time to time, myself included. But that help doesn't need to cost a fortune. And also, it doesn't need to cost your true self. And you can't put a price on that. No. So, before I finish, let me show you where I am. So beautiful. It's nice, isn't it? So peaceful. I haven't seen any dogs yet, but the last time I said that, on the way back, I saw 5 dogs. Every one of them happy to see me. So I recently rebranded my academy. It's no longer the Manifestation Academy for Workpreneurs. It's now called Spiritual Business Academy, and I renamed myself. Well, I renamed my job title, so-called job title. I am now a business teacher. I have included my latest credential on my website and on my academy. And I was very drawn into renaming my business. And I had the idea months ago, but I never did anything with it. And just recently, I had this clear vision of making change. And I'm very proud with the change. The academy looks very nice now. It's very pink. Even my husband said last night, yeah, it is very pink. Pink is the color of my business, and it's very pink. I'm almost at the end of a course that's going to be about the transition from 9 to 5 life into running a business. Because transitioning, letting go from the 9 to 5 self and transitioning into your entrepreneurial self, it takes a lot of time. Okay, so that's what the course is going to be all about. And after that, I am going to write a course about sales and marketing. Okay, something like foundation course. Because I feel like, as I often work with holistic and spiritual businesses, they're not aware of the basics. They're too caught up into the spiritual side of things, which there's nothing wrong about that. But when you run a business, you need to be aware of the importance of sales and marketing. Sales and marketing is the practical side of things, is what helps you to meet the universe halfway when you're selling your products and services to your ideal clients. And to find out more about the change of the academy, my website is in my bio. Have a look. If you're not sure what you want to do, if you need a bit of clarity, you can book a clarity session with me, send me a message, or again, you can do this from my website. This week I felt inspired to post twice a day, so I am going to continue next week. I think I'm going to focus on tarot and pendulum. I don't know, I just feel really inspired right now. I think it's, what is it? Autumn equinox or something like that next week? I remember. I'm not very familiar with this sort of things. So yeah, I'm going to continue with my walk. I can hear the birds. I'm going to continue with my walk, and thank you, Nirishka, for joining me in today. And I wish to everybody an amazing Saturday and an amazing weekend. Bye.